Hans, Bobby, I'm your white knight.
Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on SCHULTZY'S Card Pulls.
All right, maybe that's better. All right. Looks like I got to get a new cord. Appreciate you guys. Apparently, the gremlin snuck into the cord overnight and started to gnaw away at the actual connections. But we're here. What is up, everybody? Hoping to score some sports cards on Target.com. Had a little blip right as we are on. We aren't, but we actually are. Hoping to score some sports cards from Target.com. Trying to stay as red hot on Target.com as Albert Pujols with his 703rd home run. Mic check 1 2. Check. Turn the sound up. Sibilance 1 1 1 1 2 2. Good to see everybody. Good to see y'all. JML says the White Knight. Matt Lang, I appreciate you. Says there's that sweet voice. Steve says there he is, the White Knight. Peter Ham says people still use cords. I mean, for a nice mic like this, you kind of have to. I don't really think there's a way that I can do that via Bluetooth. I just don't think that's happening. Good up, y'all. Good morning, Luis says, what up from Arlington, Texas? What up to you, Luis? Good morning, Steve. Good morning to every single one of y'all hanging out. It's definitely going to be a doozy this week with a Target drop as well. Final week of the regular season in baseball. Of course, we all know the Seattle Mariners clinched last week. Congratulations to them. Probably not going to be hosting, though, the playoffs there. So, unfortunately, nothing for T-Mobile Park fans to be grabbing. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most likely going to be in Toronto to be facing off against the Blue Jays. But that's not why we're here. We're trying to score some sports cards on Target.com. And like I said, good to see everybody. I said that when I was muted, but I appreciate you all hanging out. Hopefully, we can see some sports cards today. If not, obviously, it's going to be tomorrow here on Target.com. JML, I appreciate you, buddy. Member message says, thanks for supporting with me at my event on Saturday. You're so welcome, JML. Appreciate you, buddy. And I don't know when you're going to be breaking next, but let me know. And I would be happy to support you, brother. Happy to send some people your way if I can. Daniel Cook says, morning. C-Smur says, J-Rod, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Best Pal says, can you say what to expect in an annoying Bill Belichick voice? Yeah, sure. We can do that, man. Yeah, well, sure. So we can, let's see. So what we want to drop, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Optic basketball, right? So we're on to Optic basketball and 2020 select football blasters and megas and Prizm basketball megas and hanger boxes. Maybe some cellos, but those are all we're answering questions about today. All we're answering questions about. We're on to Optic. Let's go. There's my Belichick for you. Jalen, what's up, man? Says Schultzy's biggest fan. I appreciate you. Shane says, good morning from Boston. What's up? What's up, Shane? Good to see you, man. I lived in Boston for about a year with my wifey. Loved it there. Love it here, though, on the West Coast. Much, much more, I must say. But it really was fun there, man. That is a sports town. Absolute pulse of sports there. Just a fun place to live if you enjoy rooting for teams on the television. Hazpacks is definitely more noise in the crowd when Pujols did have 700 compared to Judge hitting 61. That's true. And that's one of the stories that I was highlighting this morning, that Aaron Judge has not hit 62 as of yet. So we saw the Sunday night football game, I would say, entertain some more than most, just because of the way Pat Mahomes kind of rolled. But Tom Brady still had an amazing game. And then he had Monday Night Football, which that was kind of a weird one. San Francisco ends up getting the win, 24-9 in the NFC Championship rematch, but it wasn't that great of a game for Jimmy Garoppolo. All those people saying, hey, Jimmy G, so much better than Trey Lance. I don't know about that. So we can talk about that. I'm not sure his rookie cards are soaring in value like they were the week that the Trey Lance news happened, that he was going to be out for the regular season. For sure confirmed when that came out. I know that Garoppolo card shot up a bit. Don't know if they're doing that now. Pack Attack Jackpot says, good morning, Schultzy. What's going on, Pack Attack? Love to see you, brother. Love to see you. And letting everybody know here now, there will be no breaks tomorrow night. I need some sleep. I'm too tired. I'm actually here later on today, y'all. After this live stream, I'm going to be headed up to Seattle to see the doubleheader. It is a true traditional doubleheader between the Mariners and the Tigers of the city of Detroit. And I think the first pitch is 3:10, and the second game starts like 45 minutes to 60 minutes after the first game ends. So excited for a double dose of baseball for the price of one. So I'm going to be heading up to Seattle for that later on. And I would encourage you, I think if your local baseball team is home today, I think they are playing a doubleheader as well. I think all teams are playing doubleheaders today across Major League Baseball, if I'm not mistaken. So let me know if that is. I feel like maybe that's totally wrong, but I don't know. I guess I can check the schedule in front of me right now, but I feel like it's a day of doubleheaders today because that is the at least the traditional way that MLB was able to get the 162 games in for everyone this year. It doesn't look like everybody has a traditional doubleheader today, so maybe I think the Nationals. So over there, if you're in Washington D.C., you've got a doubleheader again. No, the Mets. Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one. Okay, Mets Nationals doubleheader too. That's awesome. Astros do not have a doubleheader. Yeah, see, that sucks. All right, so it's just the Mariners and Tigers as well as the Mets and Nationals, guys. So a couple of doubleheaders going on today. That's so crazy. I guess they kind of spread out those doubleheaders. Wouldn't it have been cool to have like a day across Major League Baseball at doubleheaders today? That would have been sick. I would have loved that. I would have loved that. Steve Piero says, Guardians, baby. They're going to be guaranteed in the playoffs, playing either the Blue Jays, Rays, or Mariners. Congratulations to Guardians and you Guardians fans out there. One of 4 spots. Excuse me, 5 now for playoff teams in the American League. Soon to be 6. They're going to extend it to have half the league in at some point. I guarantee y'all. All right, 4:09 Pacific. We are looking to see on the ceaseless Discord monitors and the Target tracker if there are sports cards popping up on Target.com. I am checking the Target restock page on ceaseless. We have not seen anything as of yet. No new items popping up on Target.com. And it is worth mentioning that we still see the select hangers and blasters out of stock, Prizm blasters out of stock, as well as some Optic out of stock as well on the website. Not sure why Target is just leaving that up. However, I would be convinced that this is a drop, whether it happens today or tomorrow, full of new items. So we are going to see a backload. I understand that the last drop, it was kind of wacky because we didn't have a backload in the morning. So it was just kind of left to guess when stuff was going to drop. Right around 4:35, 46, that first item appeared, and then we saw some hangers randomly just kind of sitting there throughout the morning after that. So we've had some weird restocks, 3 in a row to be exact. 3 in a row. Jimbo says, let's go Yankees. I love it. Matthew says, Mets are going to be rained out again today. I mean, let's hope not. Mike O says, Seattle, one of the 7 ballparks. I haven't had a chance to see it. Dang, Mike O, you got it. I mean, I'm sure that you've heard, Mike, I know you're such a huge baseball fan. There have been many players that have named T-Mobile Park, or at the time when they were playing Safeco Field in Seattle, as their most favoritist stadium to be in as a player. And when you've got players saying that, you know that it's going to rock the experience for the fans. It's awesome, Mike. I hope you get out here to Seattle to get a chance to grab a game or 2 in that style. It's absolutely amazing, man. I believe Mark Teixeira loved, his favorite place to play was at the time Safeco Field. I think Miguel Tejada, one of his favorite places to play was Safeco Field. So many places to play. And they ended up choosing T-Mobile, because it's not just 30 stadiums, different traditional, obviously the old Yankee Stadium. People actually prefer that in some cases to the new Yankee Stadium. So there's a lot of different preferences y'all can have out there. But I know I am a Mariners fan and I am biased, but if y'all ever have a chance to get to a game in Seattle, do so, because T-Mobile Park is effing awesome. I would not say the same. I'm from Portland, Oregon. If you are in Portland and you have the chance to go to a Portland Trailblazers game at the Moda Center, I mean, go. But beware, it's not going to be the experience that you get in other cities. Sorry to people locally listening here in Portland, Oregon, but it's a boring experience. It's just not up to snuff. It's 2022. It is not up to the level that other teams in big cities. Portland is media market number 22. They should be offering some of those bigger options of lodging and restaurants near an arena like that, but they don't. They have nothing. You think they would kind of have something going on like Cleveland, downtown Cleveland, where they have like a nice town center kind of happens near the stadium there where you go watch the Cavaliers, or go watch a Guardians game, because they have the complexes very near each other, if I'm not mistaken. But no, that is not the way that it is in Portland. So, and on top of that, just the in-stadium experience as well inside the Moda Center, not great. So, appreciate y'all. Jacob says, yo, Schultzy, what up? Luis Flores says, go Eagles. VA Eagles fan says, go Birds. Yeah, Eagles fans, loving it. Still the only undefeated team in the NFL. We can talk about that as well. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that. What's up, MJ Card Bros says, when does Walmart do their online restocks? Usually Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm tired, guys. Totally screwed that up. 6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. They used to be, and I did it again. 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. They used to be at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, but they pushed them back 6 hours for some reason, so now they are at 6 Pacific time, 9 Eastern time. Sorry, guys. Jimbo says, my select hanger pack. Same thing. I got a Mac Jones Select certified, nothing crazy, but destroyed scratches all over it. Not the greatest quality control, it seems. Well, the Mac Jones Select certifieds, that's kind of a thing with every single one, unless you pulled like a silver Prizm version. So, unfortunately, the Mac Jones Select certifieds have been known to have horrible quality control for this year. Horrible quality control. Justin Booby says, found Select and Optic blasters at my Barnes & Noble. That's crazy. Good for you, man. Jacob J says, my Select packs were loaded with glue, all messed up. Luckily, nothing good. Yeah, thankfully, there was no zebra T-Law hiding in there or something like that. All right, we are still 4:14 Pacific, 7:14 East Coast time, checking the Target ceaseless monitors on their Discord, as well as the Target tracker. And make sure, would be remiss if I did not mention the sponsor of the live stream, Drip, y'all. Check them on out. Use my link down in the description or the QR code. Drip is an app where you can get sports cards, collectibles, Funkos, Pokemon cards, all at the click of a button on your phone. Basically, cards at your fingertips on Drip. And if you use my link with that code from the QR code, you scan it with your phone or down in the description, you get $15 off your first purchase. It's $20 or more. Get that cheap blaster, baby. $10 or $15 blaster. And now has never been a better time to join, because you can get in, grab those deals. There's some sick, cheap auctions, as well as some breaks up there that I think are lower priced than they should be. So definitely getting in on some value. And on top of that, that $15 off as well. Make sure you guys, we're going to be doing something here pretty soon on Drip. Going to be launching with them, kind of like you've seen Pac-Man and Card Collector 2 doing stuff on Whatnot. I'm going to be doing a kind of a launch on Drip, and we're going to be doing a live stream there. It'll be live streamed here on YouTube and on Drip. It's going to be a simulcast, but one special thing, we're going to have cards at retail cost for everybody. So we're going to have some Prizm basketball cellos. We're going to have some Topps Chrome Megas. We're going to have some Select football blasters, Select football hangers, some Optic football, all kinds of stuff available at retail cost. And with that $15 off from Drip, y'all, you can get a little bit of a discount. So if you haven't used that yet, or you haven't checked Drip out yet, I highly recommend you do so. That stream is most likely going to be, we're setting that up right now, But Thursday, October 13th is most likely when we're going to be doing that stream. Just get on Drip, get that chance at cards at retail cost. It'll essentially be me streaming here, and it'll just be on YouTube and Drip, but you're going to have to make the purchase through Drip. You're not going to be able to be on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. You're going to have to get onto Drip and use that QR code or that link and get an account set up to make a purchase. So appreciate y'all. I just wanted to let everybody know about that. Figured it'd be a good opportunity for y'all to get some cards at retail cost, especially like some Optic or some stuff that like Prizm Cellos that we haven't really seen in mass yet. Hoping you can grab some of those for yourself to rip. I appreciate you, Jimbo. Says, you the man. Trace says, how's it going, White Knight? Still enjoying the new job? Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I got to host my first show on the sports radio station here in Portland, Oregon last night. It was awesome. Really fun. It was just an Oregon Ducks kind of a wrap-up show from the game that they had against Stanford. They beat them. Now the 12th ranked Oregon Ducks beat them 45-27 locally here at Autzen Stadium down in Eugene, Oregon. Not a normal Stanford team, not as good as they have been traditionally in the past, not really giving Oregon fits like they have. Was a fun one, and it was fun to wrap that up and just kind of put a bow on it and talk about Bo Nix's performance and everybody else that affected the Ducks in a positive way, as well as all their penalties. But yeah, I got to host a show with a former NFL, I'm sure some of y'all remember this name, guys, former NFL player, defensive back Anthony Newman. He is a host here in this area for Oregon Ducks football. And anytime there's a Ducks football show on 1080 The Fan, he comes on as an analyst, and we got to do a show together along with another college football player, a former player named Will Ortner. So really fun. Really fun. Got to do that and was the host for the first time on 1080 The Fan. And yes, I am still looking at the target tracker, the ceaseless Discord monitors for some sports cards. Have not seen anything new popping up as of yet. It is about 18, 19 minutes into the hot zone so far. Have not seen anything new. Tyler Young says RIP Spencer Webb. Yeah, guys. Rest in peace, Spencer Webb. If you don't know who they're talking about, Spencer Webb is a Ducks wide receiver / tight end. I would call him more of like a tight end slot receiver. He played both really well. Tragically passed away in an accident. He was out hanging with friends and fell, essentially, and he died. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And actually all over the Pac-12, they've got the 4-yard line. That was his number. The 4-yard line painted in yellow, just denoting him for the Oregon Ducks. So, yeah, they lost one of their own right before the season. I mean, we're talking like a 22, 23-year-old kid. And a blessing from God after that. It was announced by his girlfriend after he had passed away that she was pregnant with his baby. So, left a little piece of himself behind, and just kind of sometimes that's how that works. But if y'all are wondering who Spencer Webb is, that is who Spencer Webb is. Garrett says, pulled a Derek Gore 1/1 Black Prizm in my select hanger packs. There you go, buddy. Derek Gore from Garrett Baldwin. And David Lupo joining as a Super Fractor member. David, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You've been in the Schultzy fan for so long. But thank you, you guys. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, David. Man, David excited. He pulled the Cade Cunningham 1/1 that we had during our break last Wednesday from a Chronicles basketball half case. That was awesome. We have breaks going on usually every Sunday here on the channel, but filled in for Run Good Life last Wednesday. That was fun. Appreciate Run letting me do that. And one of those cards that we pulled on his night was a Cade Cunningham 1/1. Whew, beautiful. Congratulations, David. Sal says, morning all, where's the Chronicles football megas? People asking about Chronicles football megas still have not come out, still have not gotten those yet either. That's a good question. You see, we do have Chronicles basketball blasters and Illusions basketball blasters now in stock. If y'all are trying to rip some of those recent releases of basketball cards, we still, for 21-22 basketball, we still have some cards coming up on the schedule, actually. If you did not see, we've got Select coming up in October for 2022. And then Mosaic Basketball got a chance to pull those Jennies to Scotty Barnes and Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley and Josh Giddey and all of our favorite cast of characters from 21-22. Got a chance to pull them coming up in November from Mosaic Basketball 21-22. So we've still got two major releases, at least on the calendar, for 21-22 basketball. We're obviously still waiting for half of Prizm Basketball 22, waiting for all except blasters of Optic Basketball 22. And on Target, we're still waiting for Optic Basketball blasters. So really, so many products that we're looking forward to drop. We're still waiting on those Select Football Megas that we have not seen yet. I know that there's a rumor that they don't exist. I think they do. I think they're just sitting in a warehouse, y'all, like the Prizm Basketball Megas have been sitting, just kind of waiting to be bought, but not sent out by Excel or MJ Holding yet for whatever reason. Although I have addressed the rumors out there that Panini was being told like to stop their printing presses and that they are not printing because like of a deal with Fanatics being imminent or Fanatics telling them to stop or them stopping for any reason. That is not true. I have that on a very, very highly connected source. I can't reveal it, but I literally know just from seeing a text message that it is not true. It is not true that printing stoppage rumor has absolutely not happened. So everybody that's like, oh my goodness, Panini's just stopping printing here for the next 2 months and thinking that's going to happen, that's actually not happening. So don't y'all worry about that. Have that on good authority. Tommy Two Dimes this morning. Schultz, you had some great pulls Sunday night besides Gold Standard. I appreciate you, Tommy. Yeah, man, that was fun. We had some really good breaks on Sunday night. We had 3 breaks Sunday. The Gold Standard and White Sparkle Pack break was the dustiest of them all, though. So apologize to anybody in that break. Yeah, it's like, all right, I got to send out extra pity packs because that one just sucked. David Lupo says, appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, David. Lawrence Chua says, send links for Chronicles and Illusions. Put in your captions, please. Lawrence, make sure you just use the best search link, and you should be able to grab those right there, brother. They are so easy to find, and they are in stock. Just use the best search link, which is pinned at the top of the chat. You will see the same products in the same order as I do on the Target tracker, and you will be able to get to, you don't need separate links for them. You'll be able to get both of them, brother, right there at the same time. Jose, if you're going to rip Illusions Basketball, I would stick to Hobby. And honestly, because it's at the same price point, y'all, if you're looking at Chronicles blasters, I would wait on those too. I think it's $290 for a Chronicles Basketball Hobby box right now. I would spend your money on that instead. I know it's 10 times the cost, but trust me, your money's going to be going a lot further. You have a lot better chance at some really huge hits out of Chronicles Basketball 21-22. Paul Tuttle 420, what's up, man? Says, morning, Schultzer, survived the storm, no damage to my house, all family and friends safe. Good, Paul. I am so glad, y'all. Paul Tuttle 420 was right in the path of Hurricane Ian through Florida. Saying prayers for him. Everybody had prayers up for him. Paul, I'm so glad to hear that. Fort Myers, 40 miles to the south, is leveled. They will not be able to rebuild in some areas. It is awful down there. It is devastating. Paul, I am so happy, man. It makes me want to cry that you guys were able to avoid anything happening and everybody in your family's safe. That's awesome, man. That's good. So many people were not able to say that. Oh, what's up, Macamania? Says the Drop King. Schultz, appreciate you, bro. Marcus Sparza with a $5 super sticker says, keep it up. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. And guys, I will say this, 424 Pacific, we are still looking at the ceaseless Discord monitors as well as the Target tracker. Not seeing any new items popping up as of yet. I've been reviewing on my YouTube. We have all of our statistics and, our everything, our analytics that tell us how the channel's doing and whatnot. And I gotta say, you guys, you're awesome at showing up for these Target drops. But one thing that is really hurting the channel right now, unfortunately, and I'm not gonna demand anything out of you, but I'm asking y'all, if you could, I appreciate 900 of you here right now, hoping for a drop at 4:25 in the morning Pacific, 7:25 East Coast time. It's obviously for one reason. You guys want sports cards. I get that. I do other things on the channel other than these card drops. I've got a lot of card rips. I do breaks every Sunday. I've got a pile of Prizm Basketball Cello sitting next to me here. I'm going to be putting those up for a video. I know Pac-Man already released his, but going to be reviewing these for a video, guys. And every time I post in videos lately, people are not showing up, unfortunately. The algorithm just sees that people from these Target live streams are just not showing up. and to watch my videos, and unfortunately it just kills the channel. So if y'all could, once you see that thumbnail of mine pop up for a new video, just spare a couple of minutes, check that video out. If you don't want to give it to like, you don't have to. You don't have to hit that like button, but just at least give it a watch. Would appreciate it. At least tells YouTube that, hey, you know what? We are showing this to the right audience, and we're not just going to kill the hell out of this video. I would so much appreciate that, guys. Yeah, John Lamb says give him a like. Would appreciate that. But yeah, guys, watching some of the other cool videos that I make on the channel would help me even more than giving me a like. It really would. Honestly, the people that, unfortunately, that just show up for these Target live streams that aren't watching the content, it's hurting the channel. And I'm at this point, I'm doing these Target live streams like at my channel's peril, because unfortunately, like, YouTube is not a perfect thing. YouTube is out there sometimes. The algorithm's a little effed and a little messed up. And it thinks, well, because people just like to show up to these Target streams, they don't want to watch Schultzy do anything else. And I know that's not true. That's a stupid thing to say. So I appreciate you. Just thought I'd take a minute to mention that and move on quickly. And Robert Vasquez, a $2 super chat, dude. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for that, Robert Vasquez. And main event 273, Chronicles, Hobby 265 on DGN right now. Not a bad deal. No, not at all, y'all. 265 for Chronicles Basketball Hobby. Go pick that up, man. That is one of the cheapest prices that I've seen Chronicles Basketball Hobby at. I think for 2021, it's $290 a hobby box right now. And that was at like $350 at this time last year. So make sure you don't miss out. Make sure you don't miss out on a pretty sick deal on a Chronicles Basketball Hobby box. Boom, boom, boom. I see people talking about Merlin in the chat. I appreciate you, Steve. Says the videos are fire. Thanks, man. Cool by Default. Oh my goodness, brother. A $5 super chat from Cool by Default as well. Dude, you freaking rock. Says you got my cellos. Damn it. Haha, good grab. Good luck. Hope you hit a banger. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I ended up overpaying for no reason because everybody ended up getting up at the same time. But there we go. No big D, I guess. I'm the one that ended up eating it. Bozo the Clown says, yo, I just don't know anything about baseball or basketball. No, Bozo, hey, I understand. If some people only want to watch football videos or some people only want to watch a certain sport, that's fine. And that's what I'm not going to be like, hey, y'all, why aren't you watching everything? What the hell, y'all? How could I not expect anybody to take a minute out of their day and come on down and watch everything that somebody's doing? You need to do that all the time, every hour, every minute. Do you have kids? Screw them. Go watch this content. Do you have, no, I'm not going to ask anybody to do that. And yeah, you all have your preferences on sports and different things that like to watch. I understand. No, I understand, man. You guys effing rock. Opening stuff says Time Killer. They probably did you a favor not wasting 93. Hopefully a refund soon. I watch all football openings. I appreciate you, Bozo. Ryan says, where you get the cellos at? They're actually on eBay right now for about $200, which I think is at cost. So they are not in stores yet, but if y'all want your hands on basketball cellos, they are on eBay for around 15-ish bucks a cello. So grab you some Prizm Basketball 2022 cellos. Get your hands on those now. Hold out, boys. Card prices are going down all around, this Slick Rip says. Yeah, guys, make sure you beware. Get your hands on this premium retail. But right now, singles prices, we are in a dip. And I would even say, if y'all want to buy, wait just a little bit longer. I know it's hard to predict the top or the bottom of the market. I'm not sports card investor out here trying to tell y'all, like, hey, this is what card you should buy this week. I'm not doing that. But I would say that just from the feeling that I've got, we haven't quite hit the bottom of the market yet. Gas near me just hit $6 a gallon again. So we're seeing costs climbing for some of those incidentals again. Eggs high, bread still high, all that extra crap still high. And unfortunately, all that expendable income that people have that they would normally spend on a hobby box or spend on cards or spend on a single or spend on a graded slab or send on getting cards graded by PSA or SGC or Beckett or whoever the hell they send them into. People aren't doing that because they need that cash. They need that scratch. And people had that rainy day fund. Basically, they had their cards as one of those investables kind of I've got a few $100,000 or I've got a few $1,000 or I've got $10,000 sitting in this card. A lot of people pulling those out, selling those, getting the cash, getting that fun money back so they can survive because of what's going on right now. And unfortunately, that has made card prices go through the floor. Just through the floor. Brian says, buy graded cards. They do not lose value. Brian, I usually would tend to agree with you, but I don't know. We could point out the Michael Jordan as a great example, man. What was it last year? $700,000+. Going as a PSA 10. Now it's $175,000. Like, even the Holy Grails are dropping in price, man. So graded cards, unfortunately, if they're modern right now, they are still looking at the potential of dropping in value. Oh my God, DJ High FX official. Bro, I appreciate you, man. Dude, you are just too kind. Man, you're making me cry. Here's a super chat to fund a blaster for you, Schultzy. Thanks for all you do, buddy. DJ High, man, you effing rock. You guys, you are coming out this morning. We had a Super Fractor member join. David Lupo, now part of the Super Fractor family here on Schultzy's card pulls. DJ High FX had super chats from Cool by Default, Robert Vasquez, Marcus Sparza with his super sticker, that little peach or pear, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, JML with his member message. You guys all freaking rock. Brian says, pick and choose who you buy. I mean, that's a good piece of advice, Brian. That's a great piece of advice. Pick and choose who you buy, indeed. 4:32 Pacific, 7:32 East Coast time. Unfortunately, have not seen any sports cards popping up on the Target tracker yet, or the Discord monitors, the ceaseless Discord monitors. Check them out. Link down in the description, guys. They are awesome. They're paid monitors, but it's not only the Target drops that we get notifications about. They allow me to help you out with that info here, but they get Walmart, Best Buy. Anytime cards are dropped on Target or Topps, Fanatics, and Panini, we get notifications about those, along with all kinds of other items and some freebies and cool stuff. So check it out, guys. The Ceaseless link is down in my description. Yeah, DJ High, you are an effing gem, bro. I appreciate you. Sage is live. Go, 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 says Adam. And there we go, everybody. All right. It's a Sage drop. It's a Sage drop. Are you serious? Could you guys imagine if we were actually waiting for like cards to drop and it ended up being Sage and Sage only, and then that was just like along with like some old Pokemon item, and that was the only thing we saw? That would be the worst. That would be the worst. Yamias says, all Cellos talking about Prizm basketball, I'm assuming, have been terrible for me so far. I'm sorry, Yamias. That's bad news, man. Sucks to see. Mad for Shoes says, love the Oregon Ducks tee. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's so comfy. And this is, my wife actually loves this logo the best out of any of the Duckies logos. And y'all see, I mean, I got quite the shrine behind me to Oregon football. I am a Ducks fan, a Ducks fanatic, just like a Mariners fanatic and a Blazers fanatic, and more or less a Rams fanatic. I love the Rams, but I mean, I'm not so give or take on any other team as much as I am the Rams. But yeah, those Mariners, close to my damn heart. Bleed that teal green. Jacob says, what are your thoughts on that Metal Universe drop? Oh, talking about the Metal Universe blasters that we saw on Target.com. I would say that, I mean, I'm assuming they've got, this is an upper deck product, I'm assuming. So they've got some decent odds for like those LeBron and Michael Jordan chase autos that I think are in those, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a cheaper chance at it, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure we have found out of Space Jam that LeBron James auto yet. Has anybody seen that LeBron James Space Jam auto? I mean, it's been, I think, a solid calendar year now. We're Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. I'm trying to remember exactly when the Upper Deck Space Jam blasters came out. I'm fairly sure it was like last September or something like that. So we're a year in. And if I am not mistaken, because I would have seen it somewhere on YouTube, I feel like I would have seen some news drop, some tweet, something about it on Reddit about a LeBron James Space Jam auto being pulled I think the odds were like 1 in almost a million or some hundreds of thousands for those Space Jam packs. I still don't even remember if these Space Jam hobby boxes actually ever came out. Somebody correct me on those. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. So yeah. Go buy that blaster, that hobby, that metal Sky Universe. But beware, because I still don't think that we have seen any LeBron auto from Space Jam. And I don't know why. And if anybody in the chat could address that, that would be awesome. But I feel like nobody really has an answer on that. Maybe I need to do some investigating. What's up, Edwin? Asking what new product is dropping. Well, we don't know yet. We're hoping. I would assume this week's going to be Optic Basketball Blasters for 21-22. Maybe we have not seen Select Football Megas yet for 21. We're hoping to see those, but no guarantees. I know Prizm Basketball Megas, are going to be coming out at some point soon. Maybe they come out along with the Optic Basketball Blasters. But at this point, I think we're hoping for more Optic Basketball retail, more Prizm Basketball retail, and more Select Football retail. We've already seen the Optic that we're going to see. And at this point, I don't think we're looking at any leaks of Prizm, any remaining cases or two just kind of sitting on the shelf at Excel waiting to be sent out. I don't think we're going to see any of that. And I honestly don't think we're going to see much more Optic on Target.com either, unless it's like a fat pack. Robert says, it just got out of control. I sold a Luka Silver out of a blaster for $10,000. How did anyone expect to keep that up? You're not wrong, Robert. That's a great point, man. $10,000 for a Luka out of a blaster. I cannot believe, God, I just cannot believe I missed out on that, because that would have been a hell of a payday, man. A Luka Doncic for 10 grand out of a blaster. And that was a silver freaking Prizm. That wasn't even numbered. And one of the reasons that went down, the value of silver Prizms going way, way down, because people realized that the print runs for Panini are not actually available. And unlike Topps, they do not print the odds of their packs on the back. So you can't really do math and kind of back add and back subtract and back multiply and divide and figure out roughly how many cards are in like a set, or how many of a certain auto or a short print or a variation or a silver Prizm are available. You can do that for like refractors in Topps Chrome, but you can't do that for silver Prizms in any of the premium sets, or for any other card that matter from Panini. It's just they don't let you do it. So I think that's one of the reasons that the value went down. But yeah, along with those prices just being unbelievably unsustainable, and that was obviously at a time when everybody had that expendable cash and no other sports were going on, so we had to fill that nostalgia. We had to fill that gap with something. And when people weren't going to games, when people weren't spending that money traveling, going to their team's bowl games in college, going to their team's playoff games, guys, we are talking millions upon millions of dollars that all of these companies are making every single year when teams go to the playoffs like that. I mean, just I saw somebody just ask, Schultz, did you get your playoff tickets yet? They are not going to be home, most likely. So unfortunately, that's not going to be happening for me. As far as the Mariners at home getting playoff tickets, I don't think that's going to be a thing. However, I do think that at some point in the next 2 or 3 seasons, they're going to have a home playoff game. So might have to wait a little bit for that. But no, so unfortunately not. But yeah, that money that we're talking about there, I mean, that's going to be hundreds of dollars just for a single game for my wife and I, just the two of us to go. All that money going back into sports cards at that time during the pandemic. Yeah, that's the reason that Lucas were 10 grand. Silvers, for God's sakes. Trey says, Schultz, make sure your Mariners take it easy on my Tigers today. I don't know, Trey. The Tigers beat the Mariners last night, if I'm not mistaken. So, no worries there. Brian Lawhorn says, who's the rookies in basketball for 21-22? Brian, you're looking at Scotty Barnes. You're looking at Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey. Those are the 4 main guys. You also got Jalen Suggs and Jalen Green as well. So 2 Jalens to add to that. Jalen Green for the Rockets, and then Jalen Suggs for the Magic. So those 6 guys are really the main chasers, Brian, out of 21-22 basketball. So yeah, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, Josh Giddey, Jalen Suggs, and Jalen Green. Not necessarily in that order. I'm just naming those guys. So yeah, Metal Universe Kyle 580. I would say buy buy at your own risk. You're obviously gonna have a much better chance at getting one of those autos, a Tiger, a Michael auto, if you buy a hobby box. They have gone down in price. They're still expensive. They're not like $800 anymore. I think they're around $500 to $600 now. But I understand why people want to look at those blasters and see if they could maybe grab a shot at one of those, man. Nick Molly says, imagine how the guy that paid $10K feels. No kidding, Nick, because that's the thing. It's hard to predict the top of any, stock market or sports card, investable or anything like that. Aaron Judge cards through the roof right now. Albert Pujols cards all going up. It's like, okay, are they going to keep going up, or are they at their peak and people that were holding on to them, they're getting that advantage now and they're able to sell them and get that value? What's happening? Is at the top of the market right now because of those events going on, because Aaron Judge is tied, Roger Maris is 61? That's a good question. It's a great question, and something that I'm not sure anybody in the hobby really can for sure say, but I think most people would lean towards this inflation and value is going to come back down to earth. Aaron Judge at this point could end up with like 500 career home runs. Is he going to challenge for an all-time home run record? I mean, he's got to be, how old is Aaron Judge at this point? He's got to be hitting 40 to 50 every single year to be challenging for like 700 plus homers at this point. I think the only person that could get 700 homers realistically in his career, we're looking at like maybe 2 to 3 guys, like Tatis Jr. if he comes back super healthy, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Julio Rodriguez, I think are the only guys realistically that could possibly ever hit 700 home runs. Aaron Judge, most likely never going to get that done. So what kind of value is he going to have long term? That card from either his rookie year or the year that he hit 61 home runs, there's probably going to be some kind of collectible edition of that card for 2023. Yeah, that's going to hold some value, but how much value? And like I said, is at the top of the market right now because of what's happening right now. You just never know. You never know. Yeah, Wagner, Sengun, absolutely. David Lupo, yeah, Franz Wagner, Alperen Sengun as well. Naming 2 other very good rookies in the 2021-22 basketball class. You are not wrong, brother. Oh, yeah, Woody Treadway, Chris Duarte. I can't forget about my Duck. How could I forget about Chris Duarte? Yeah, so there are actually 21-22 contains quite a few Chase rookies. I would say the top tier that you're looking for, Duarte's in that class of top tier. Duarte, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Scotty Barnes and Josh Giddey. Those 6 are most likely like the top of the rookie class. Cade Cunningham being at the very top of that. And then everybody else is kind of below that tier of 6. So that's who you're looking for at a 21-22. And we do, as I mentioned, have 2 more full basketball sets coming up as well, y'all. Make sure you do not forget about this. In 3 days, I don't know how many people are going to be in on this just because it's such a high-priced item. I'm going to be trying to get a couple for breaks here on the channel so we can all get chances like at the numbered like premium Optic Cade Cunninghams or whatever. But premium Optic basketball sets are going to be coming out on Panini October 7th, and those are going to be a doozy. I'm assuming, just like the football Optic, they have like a pack for one-of-ones in them or something like that. If not, still just a chance at those numbered cards, even though that is going to be a higher priced item. I think it's going to be well worth the buy. Well worth the buy. Yeah, Davion Mitchell as well, Memphis B. Yamiya says, but people still like the Ant-Man LaMelo class better though. LMAO. Yeah, Yamiya. So what do? You get in while the getting's good right now. All these hobby boxes, Optic basketball is only $600. I say only. I know that's still expensive, but compared to Prizm being like 1,000 or more in some cases, grab you some 2021-22 basketball while it is cheaper. Are we going to see prices continuing to go down? I think slightly. So you still might have some time, but that is just a guess. That is not investment advice, and that is not me saying this is going to happen for sure. Paul Tuttle 420 says, got a Prizm Silver Mobley out for grading. There you go, buddy. Congratulations. Bull market in 2024-25 says Boom Sports Cards. I like that. I like that prediction, Bull. Bing Bong says, Vlad Jr. is my bet to get it done. Talking about 700 home runs. There we go. There we go. I like that prediction. Plus Bones Highland and Davion Mitchell, says Dan Choi. Yeah, can't forget about Bones Highland. See, yeah, there are so many rookies, y'all. So many rookies in the 2021-22 class for basketball. Just so much value. I mean, gosh dang. Like, in these packs, so much value. So excited to open these Cellos, by the way. Looks like these Cellos do have numbered cards. The 75th anniversary parallels can be pulled out of these Cellos. And I think that is it. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any autos or anything, but nice chance. Oh, no, there are. There are chances at autos. I'm wrong. Rookie penmanship Prizm Silver. Are you kidding me? Guys, these Cello packs are loaded. They're going to be loaded. Oh, my God. Whenever those come out on Target.com, y'all better get your hands on those because those are going to be effing loaded. Autos, numbered cards, 75th anniversary parallels, silver and green Pulsar Prisms. I think the Prizm basketball Cellos are going to be better than last year's. Oh my God. It's going to be amazing. Get them while the getting is cheap. Jay-Way says it's all over printed, so just buy singles. Not a bad idea there either, Jay-Way. Todd Phillips says it's a numbered to 10 rookie auto. Congratulations, man. Robert Copeland says, I am not watching baseball again until they pardon Pete Rose. Robert, you probably ain't going to be watching baseball until you die, man. I don't think that's ever going to happen, unfortunately. I remember bitching having to pay $200 for my 2019 Select Football Hobby boxes direct from Panini. Have they gone up? LOL. Yes, they have gone up quite a bit. All right, still no new items popping up on the Target tracker. We are at 447 now in the hot zone. This has kind of gone by quickly, y'all. This has been fun. This is definitely, unfortunately, we haven't seen any new items popping up in the zone, but it's definitely been a fun morning hanging out and waiting to see if anything does pop up on the Target trackers. Like I said, if nothing is happening, I will be back bright and early tomorrow for a restock and live streaming for that. But we got about 11 and a half minutes remaining to see in the hot zone if something is going to be dropping our way on Target.com. Hopefully we see something, baby. Paul Tuttle says, ripped a case of Prizm basketball blasters. The auto was Rick Fox. Shaking my head. Yikes, bro. That's bad. That's bad. Kind of reminds me of the Optic Mega Break I had. 20. It was a case of 2021 Optic Football Megas from Target. So there were chances at autos in all of them. I think we ended up pulling like, I want to say 8 to 10 or 8 or 9 autos. All of them except one were terrible. And wait till you see, I have got a 2021 Optic Walmart v Target rip coming up here very soon. Wait till you see the troll that I had to deal with out of that mega box. Just so sad. Just so terrible. What a horrible feeling. And I felt bad running that break for 2021 Optic Megas with essentially just almost all terrible autos. And then even one of them had points. And yeah, that was only a 400 point card. So it wasn't even that good. But just very frustrating, unfortunately, when you come through, grab that case or grab a few boxes or get it on a break and you get an auto and it just sucks. Poké says Jonathan Kuminga, Zaire Williams, and Bones Highland. Yes, I mean, we forgot about Zaire Williams, too. So we've literally named almost 15 rookies. Y'all, this rookie class for 22 is loaded. Named almost 15 rookies. Going to have a lot of value in this class going forward. Scott Sports Card says Optic sitting on my shelf for almost a week. That is crazy, man. I mean, the Optic basketball blasters, I guess people aren't really into those. Maybe waiting for some other premium basketball, waiting for some Prizm to come out in other variations. I don't know what's going on, man. You say Prizm B-Ball Cello, says Joe? Yes, y'all. These are going to be the hot item, guys. I'm gonna open mine up and get my video out very, very soon if I can. Those are going to be the hot item for sure. Ness says, New York Mets, what a disappointment. I had my hopes so up. $1.99 super chat. Ness, Thank you so much, man. You fucking rock. All right. Threw a little F word in there this morning, guys. Sorry about that. A little tired. It's like, did I really just say that on the stream? I did. All right, my bad. I guess just from being on the actual radio last night and being forced to not swear, just kind of slipped out. My bad. Oh, appreciate you. Jimbo says, retail's been rough for me this year. I've been pulling out a lot of nice stuff. I got a checkerboard out of the Prizm red and black. Nice. I got numbered cards out of Select the other day, but it's never anybody good. Yeah, man, it's so frustrating. You see those great pulls coming out of retail for some people, and then you get your hands on it, and you never get that good pull. It's like, dang it. Oh, I appreciate you. Rita F says, check your Cash App. You will get to that Mariners game. Oh, Rita, I appreciate you. That is too kind. That is too kind, Rita. You guys are so cool, man. You guys are being so generous this morning. I appreciate every single one of you. Man, you guys are just awesome. Every single one of yous. I apologize that there are no sports cards dropping on Target.com as of yet. We got about 7-8 minutes left in the hot zone. Have not seen anything. Hopefully that changes. But like I said, if we don't see anything coming up today, then we will most likely see something tomorrow. Joe K says, do you think Mega's coming eventually? I do. I do think Prizm Basketball Megas will be here shortly, and I don't really know about Select Megas. We've seen my Discord, somebody posted a picture of a Prizm Basketball Mega. It is confirmed to exist, and it looks like it is going to be confirmed to be released soon. However, I have not seen anything on Optic Basketball Megas, on Select Football Megas, on any of those items. So unfortunately, nothing yet, but I still don't think that those aren't going to happen. I do think Select Football Megas are coming our way. I definitely do. Anthony says, passed on at least 50 Prizm Basketball Blasters at Walmart just sitting on the shelf. Man, that sucks. I wish I had that near me. I walked in the other day, man, and it wasn't like I didn't get anything, but it just sucks, man, this attitude. I walked into a restock, and there were guys that were pretty much taking the rest of, like, the Optic, and I walked up, and I was like, hey, is there anything left? You know, just asking in a nice way with a smile on my face, kind of half joking, because I know they're taking it all, but they don't even say anything. It's like they're acting like rats grabbing food that dropped on the floor, and as soon as the light shines on or people look at them, they're like, and then they run away. It was just so weird. Even the employee at Walmart that was helping us get cards was like, yeah, those guys had a weird attitude. One couldn't stop talking about like how his son was playing like D2 or D3 baseball. It's like, oh God, you're one of those guys. Like, congrats, brother. You're going to watch your kid play in the minor leagues for 4 years, making no money. And that's it. Sorry, guys. My light keeps getting unplugged. That's what's going on there. Prizms and Cellos will be out. I have not seen any Select Football or Optic. All right, keep the hobby alive. Good to know, man. I appreciate that. Will Kenny Pickett save the 2022 NFL product for the Chase card? I don't think it's going to be Kenny Pickett, D-West. I think it's going to be like a Malik Willis because Ryan Tannehill most likely going to be on his way out in Tennessee, and he was never the effing savior to begin with. Are you kidding me? I still remember when it's crazy to see how people are throwing Ryan Tannehill under the bus now. Y'all remember how quickly in Tennessee you were willing to replace Marcus Mariota with Ryan Tannehill, being like, oh my God, Ryan Tannehill is the best quarterback since Aaron Rodgers. Like, you can all just go shove it. Y'all don't know what you're talking about, Titans fans. Like, no. And it's not even, you know what, Marcus Mariota probably isn't a starting quarterback in the NFL. I get that. He's probably not good enough. I understand. I accept that my duck can't do that. But to see Titans, what was it, less than 4 years ago, be so high on Ryan Tannehill, and then, oh, let's get Willis in. Oh, we need Malik Willis. He's probably going to be the Chase card coming up in 2022. Mark my words. I don't think it's going to be Pickett. I think it's going to be Willis that's going to save that class, unfortunately. Willis runs way too much. So other people are saying nope. So, all right, so maybe not Willis or Kenny Pickett. I don't know. Is the 2022 class going to be bust? Shoot, even more of an excuse to not lean away from Ryan Tannehill. Goodness gracious, y'all. Goodness gracious. They drafted another Mariota. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback since Aaron Rodgers. Says rip it up. Ragnar says, do the grumpy old Schultz. Boom Sports Cards says, isn't Mariota starting for the Falcons? Yes, Boom Sports Cards, he is, but that is only because they traded Matt Ryan so late in the in the off season that they essentially had an option of Deshaun Watson or other kind of semi-okay, maybe starters, maybe backups in the NFL like Marcus Mariota. That was the best of the situation that they were going to get. So that, I would even say, I love Marcus, but I would say that's why he's starting. I don't think he's going to be leading Atlanta to the playoffs, and I wouldn't bet past next season. He might start next year in Atlanta, but after that, he gone. He's going to be a backup again in the NFL, and that's just going to be the way that it is, unfortunately. Yeah, probably like the 2019 NFL class, says Yamayas. All right, about 3.5 minutes left in the hot zone, unfortunately, and we have not seen anything happening as far as sports card restocks on Target.com. No new items popping up as of yet. Appreciate y'all hanging out, though. This has been fun. And yeah, I would mention, y'all, I will have that Cello box dropping. I'm going to try to get that today. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get that edited and dropped today with me going to the Mariners game later on. And I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys, Rita, saying check that Cash App. You'll get to the Mariners game. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. Yamiya says, I'm glad Matty Ice was traded. Uncle Rico's back, says Evo. That's funny. Joe from Hawaii says, who to scoop up now? Desmond Ritter, says Philly Freak 93. Joe from Hawaii says Zion or Ant-Man or Ja. I would go with Ja, baby. If you had to pick one of those three rookies to buy, I would pick Ja Morant every single day of the week. I think Ja Morant is going to be the next Damian Lillard, but like 2.0. That's where Ja Morant's trajectory is headed. I think Ja Morant's still like 24 years old. He is going to be Damian Lillard, but a little better. And I say that maybe without like the long-range three-point shot from half court, but the way that Ja can get up and get inside, he's got that ability to finish just like Damian Lillard does, but he can get higher. He can get stronger. Ja is a little bit faster, it seems, than Damian Lillard. So I know people are like, oh, what are you talking about? Damian Lillard is one of the best ever. It's like he is. But look at Ja and look at the trajectory that he's on. I'm not saying that Ja will for sure end up like that, but it looks like he will. And if I had to pick one of those three rookies, Ja, Zion, or Ant-Man, I would pick Ja every day of the week. LaMelo looking good, continues to grow. 6'8" now, says Boom Sports Cards. Heck yeah, gotta love it. He's going to be like a Magic Johnson-style point guard. LaMelo Ball holding a lot of value. I know his rookie cards are down as well. Get those numbered versions. Go get a PSA 10 LaMelo. It's cheap right now. The season is still just in its first week of preseason action. Go grab a PSA 10 LaMelo numbered card. Go do it. But yeah, y'all, hopefully get that Cello video released later on, either today or tomorrow or Thursday. It will be out this week. But yeah, please, if you guys could, it really just unfortunately does hurt the hell out of the channel when you show up for these Target live streams and then you see my recorded content later on and you're just like, whatever. Yeah, YouTube algorithm's fickle, y'all. So I appreciate that. And I know some of y'all are watching those videos, but I do know for a fact, you guys, I'm not calling anybody out or anything. I just know from the analytics. I've seen the click-through rates. I've seen where the audience is being funneled in through. The target audience, just for these live streams, is not coming in when my videos drop and watching them. So it would really, really help the channel a ton. And I think it would kind of get me out of this plateau that I've been on YouTube a little bit. The Optic set comes with an auto, says Tommy Two Dimes. Good to know. So that Optic set that comes out, guys, it is Tuesday, October 4th. That is Friday, October 7th on Panini.com. The premium Optic set comes with an auto. Wow. All right, so I need to get my hands on a couple of those for breaks. I know that we are going to be digging for some big old autos in those sets. And yeah, hopefully we get our hands on a couple of those this Friday from Panini.com. All right, looks like the Hot Zone has officially expired. No sports card restock happening today on Target.com. But since it ain't happening today, I would assume it's happening tomorrow. So don't y'all make sure you don't spend your money yet. Sounds like we're going to be seeing some cards dropping tomorrow morning, I would assume, on Target.com. Just don't know what yet. Hoping, like I said, for Prizm Basketball Megas. Hoping for some Optic Basketball Blasters. Maybe some select football megas, just not sure. And I have been drinking chocolate milk, by the way, guys. Forgot to mention that, but I have been. And appreciate it if you could, before you get out of here, smash that like button. It does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Really do appreciate that, y'all. Rebel Sense says, run up the likes, chat. Yeah, you guys rock. Yeah, if you can, guys, please do run those likes up. 800 to be in here. I know people are going to dip. I'm going to be on for another 20 minutes or so, but hang out, guys. We'll yak what we've been talking about, the hobby. We'll talk about Aaron Judge's value. All kinds of stuff that we can talk about in the world of sports and the sports card hobby. Is a deal with Fanatics and Panini imminent? Seen a lot of people expecting that to be announced. Has not been announced as of yet. Some sources that people have kind of keep putting that out there, being like, hey, this is coming, and then we just don't see the news. So hopefully that does come our way soon. Hopefully we can actually figure out what the direction is going to be for Fanatics, and if we are going to get like Topps Chrome football, or if we're going to continue to see Prizm, because I don't think either would be bad. I mean, we've only seen Prizm's a much newer product. We have only seen Prizm in the market since 2012, and Optic and Mosaic have only been in the market, I think, since 2 or 3 years after that. So they're relatively new products. I don't think it's much skin off of collectors' noses if we lose those. I think that Fanatics, what they'll do is they'll just take what Panini did in those sets and replicate it on their own. And since Panini will be out of the damn game and they won't have the rights to any of those cards, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to call them like a Genesis or something like that. I mean, they can literally almost do the same thing. And at this point, if there was a Fanatics Panini deal announced, I would be a little surprised, just because I feel like Fanatics could get Panini for a lot cheaper. I really think they could kind of just grab them at the end, right before their deal's about to expire with the NFL and NBA PA, and just be like, here, we're going to buy you for pennies. And Panini's kind of forced to just say, all right. Kind of the way that it would go. So, yeah, we've been hearing rumors about a Fanatics Panini deal. That has not come through yet, though. People talking about a G League set. I mean, buy that, I guess, with your with your own, or at your own risk, I could say. I don't know, with the goal that what are you trying to just grab cards like as collectors, like to hold investables for later on? Is that kind of what you're trying to do with that? Because yeah, those G League sets, they look okay, but they're not going to be valuable. But I understand that's not why everybody's ripping cards for the value. Time Killer says, Judge or Ohtani for MVP, Schultz? You know what, man? Ohtani has been having some season. He has put himself back in the MVP conversation. Damn, it's tough. They've got a Cy Young award, but Ohtani is literally playing like Babe Ruth, but better. Aaron Judge tying Roger Maris for the all-time home run record, possibly going to be a Triple Crown player. That is one of the hardest MVP votes ever. And at this point, I think you just flip a coin, man. I just don't know, Time Killer. That is so hard to say. I want to say that I lean towards Shohei Ohtani, but I feel like that's taking away from everything Aaron Judge has done. Although, and I know that Ohtani doesn't have the stats that Aaron Judge has, I believe Ohtani has the ability to hit 60 home runs in a season. He might break down. It just, with the way he pitches, with the way he plays, it just might not physically be possible, but he has that ability. He could do it. He can hit that many homers in a year. It's just, could everything work? Could he stay healthy? You know, will his body hold up? That's the question about Shohei Ohtani doing that. So I don't know, man. I gotta lean, I think, towards Ohtani, but that is the ever so slightest lean. I am right at the flip a coin point with those guys. It is just so tough to just not say, you know what? I think you just gotta flip a coin. Judge going to win the MVP in a landslide. Jacob says Aaron Judge is still 10 home runs short of the record. Why is it still such a big deal, Jacob? Because he is the American League record holder now, or at least tied for it with Roger Maris. The all-time record and the National League record in Major League Baseball is 72. All right, I get it. Or 73. I can't remember what Barry hit. 72 or 73. But The separation of the American League and the National League is a little bit more of an old school thing. It doesn't necessarily matter as much now that you have interleague play and that both teams both leagues use a DH when playing each other. There's no pitchers batting now. But traditionally, just like in the AFC and the NFC, you give an AFC Rookie of the Year, offensive and defensive, NFC Rookie of the Year, NFC MVP, AFC MVP. They look at records the same way in baseball. So kind of the same way that they do it in the NFL is what they're doing in baseball, and that's why you see that. Judge on roids would be God. You guys. I mean, probably, yeah, Judge on roids at this point would be hitting 80 home runs, but would he, though? Would anybody be pitching to him? Because it's really hard. It's going to be really hard for him in the final 3 games, I think, for him to actually break Roger Maris's record of 61 in the American League. Nobody's pitching to him. He's just getting walked over and over and over. Yamias bonds with a beast without the roids. Absolutely, Yamias. Yes, he was in Pittsburgh in his early years in San Francisco. Won MVPs then and was one of the greatest players in the game. Just was one of the most hated players in the game, man. Coaches hated him. Fellow players hated him. Just fans hated him. Did not rub people the right way. And I know that at times he tried. There were times. Go read Game of Shadows. It's a book. I mean, it's near 15 plus years old at this point. But if you have not read it or listened to the audiobook, it is a perfect breakdown of what happened with the Balco scandal and what happened with Barry Bonds, and essentially an inside look at Barry as a dude and what happened and how he took steroids and how he received steroids and that kind of thing. But you go read that, you get the sense that Barry was just not the greatest person. And in that book, it mentions, he had good times where he was trying with fans. He felt like, he was well received. He was trying to interact and be there. But there was just times where he harbored a lot of resentment. And it's just, some of it was a racial thing. Some of it was a white-black thing. Some of it was a classist thing. Like, Barry was just also an angry dude on top of that. He treated a lot of people around him, didn't matter what color they were or who they were. Very, very crappy. If you didn't do anything like Barry Bonds, you weren't a baseball player, he would treat you like you were beneath him. So it's just, there were a lot of reasons that people did not like Barry. A lot of reasons people did not like Barry. Aaron Judge is a more likable dude. So people talking about Aaron Judge and people not talking about Barry Bonds in the same way. And he was drawing a walk every 1 of 4 at-bats. You're not wrong, Barry Bonds back in the season. Back in the day. Time Killer says Ohtani's season is less likely to be duplicated, I think. You're not wrong, Time Killer, and that's kind of the reason. It's kind of like, all right, I think that's why I slightly lean towards Ohtani, because replicating that season, who else is going to do it? I mean, we can see, I know it's very, very slim chances of seeing it, but we can see somebody hit 60 home runs again. Somebody can go on a run. It's possible. We saw Pete Alonso. Aaron Judge in his rookie year hit 50 homers, didn't he? Pete Alonso in his rookie year hit 50 homers or something, close to 50 homers. I think Aaron Judge hit like 48 or 50 in his rookie season. It happens. The potential for Vlad Guerrero Jr., for Julio Rodriguez, for one of these young guys that is a slugger to pop off like this, we could see that happen again. Shohei Ohtani, when is that going to happen again? The Hakai, what's up, man? Says, no drop, it's looking like. No drop today, brother. We are just sitting here talking sports for another 10 minutes or so, yakking about what's going on in the hobby and the world of sports. The hot zone expired at 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. East Coast time. So no restock officially today on Target.com. Looking like tomorrow that we're going to see that. Adam N says, Bonds hated Bonds. Not wrong. What's up, 1J4? Says, bang, bang, Schultz's. Good morning, bro. Stepped in to smash the likes. Hey, man, what's up, 1J4? I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Love you, 1J. 1J, I am... Anybody that bought into my breaks, guys, I'm 3 breaks. I'm 3 breaks into sorting from the last 2 breaks from Wednesday and Sunday of this last week. I think I had 7 total, so I'm 3 breaks in to sorting. So hopefully we'll get those out in the next couple of days. Just trying to get those out as quick as possible. Just sorting through all on my lonesome. So we will get those out ASAP for y'all, though. But yeah, about halfway done sorting those breaks. Just wanted to let people know. Scooter says, why are you talking? People hated Bonds here in PGH. We loved him. No, I get it. In Scooter, fans back in Pittsburgh loved him. He was a little bit more lovable to the fans back in Pittsburgh. It was his time in San Francisco where the fans really started to turn on him. And I think you go back and you look at that clip of Barry Bonds fighting with manager Jim Leland back in the day at Pirates. I think it was spring training. God, it was like 93, 94, 95 when that happened. But, prime years for the Pirates and Barry Bonds. So that kind of stuff was happening. People maybe didn't really put as much mind to it or pay as much care. But it was still there. And that stuff eventually kind of started to take over in San Francisco. But you're not wrong, man. No, in Pittsburgh, yeah, he was beloved. I don't disagree. Yeah, Jacob Fields says Jim Leland didn't love Bonds in Pittsburgh because I'm the bleeping manager, all right? Like, now, if you're going to do this, you're going to do this. So let's get all this S off the board right now. Just Jim Leland throwing his Funko bat down, throwing his glove down, being like, shut the F up, Barry. Shut up. If you don't want to be here, then get the F out. It was, oh my God, if y'all need entertainment this morning, go Google Jim Leland, Barry Bonds. And you will be like, oh my God, this happened at spring training in front, like next to other players, in front of the media, caught on camera. Oh my goodness. What? It was a gem. It was a gem. Coaches and players always fight. It's not a big deal. He ended up with roid rage. Scooter, you should go read Game of Shadows, bro, or you should at least go listen to the audiobook. It will really give you a full picture of who Barry was. And people can say, it's a book. They don't know what they're talking about. It's like, yeah, they do, though. They do. There we go, Jacob. Yeah, we'll let Jacob show that. Yeah, I love this video. I love that video. I love Jim Leland. I'm the effing manager of this team. That's right. That's right, man. Time Killer says 98 McGuire, 70th home run ball caught by fan. Cards offer signed bat, ball, jersey. Fan asked to also meet McGuire. Mark said no, let him get what he can for the ball. Fan sold the ball for $3 million months later. Yeah, that was an F up by Mark McGuire. Yeah, we wonder how much Aaron Judge's 62nd home run ball is going to go for. We already have that answer. It is a $2 million bounty. $2 million bounty on Aaron Judge's 62nd home run ball if he can hit that. Time Killer, great point, man. Yeah, this ESPN, I believe, posted that graphic yesterday or the day before. In 1998, Mark McGuire's 70th home run ball, it was caught by a guy that was making like 30 or 40 grand a year. Life-changing moment for him. And he was going to take a signed bat, ball, and a jersey. He wanted on top of that to meet Mark McGuire. And Mark said, nope, let him get what he can for the ball. Why wouldn't Mark want to meet him? I mean, Mark, D-bag moment. D-bag moment on McGuire's part. And it's funny to say, like, Mark McGuire was so beloved. And I will say that there probably was something there back in the day, especially like late 90s, with McGuire being white and Bonds being black, them being covered differently. Let's just be honest. It probably happened. And McGuire getting a lot of passes for a lot of things. I mean, guys, at first, the Andros-Steendione story that broke, the writer that broke that was ostracized from the clubhouses of baseball. Essentially had his credentials revoked, had his name dragged through the mud. People said, you're broken the code. Like, shut up. There is no code. The guys that hid Babe Ruth and his shady activities back in the day, that's journalists shouldn't do that. That's not what you should ever do. You shouldn't protect one player while outing another. And yeah, that's a story that people forget about. And Mark McGuire not even willing to meet the fan. Good for that fan getting $3 million. He deserved it. Yeah, Mark McGuire can F off. Time Killer McGuire didn't have time to meet him. He had ejections scheduled to out Juice. So, God, there you go. Here come the stories about McGuire juicing. And it's funny, too. You go back and you read, I honestly think they're great books, regardless of if they are true or not. I think there is some truth to them. Jose Canseco's 2 books that he wrote about players doing steroids in Major League Baseball, especially the first one where he talks about him and McGwire going into the bathroom stalls to shoot up in spring training. And it's great how McGwire came out and said, well, yeah, I've taken steroids, but I actually didn't take steroids when I was younger, and I didn't take steroids with Jose Canseco. It's like, okay, buddy. Okay. Sure, we believe you. You lied before, and you were just trying to protect your family. But now I'm telling the truth. Whatever. And once again, not like everything in Juiced and Vindicated is God's word. It's not. It's Jose Canseco trying to get some cash, but also trying to hold some people accountable. So, I don't know. Some of that book, or both of them, are probably sensationalized, but just to hear McGwire, when he admitted to doing steroids, being like, I actually didn't do them back in Oakland. Jose Canseco's a crazy out there son of a bee. He's the one that pointed out everybody doing steroids in baseball, but he's actually a liar. It's like, come on. Yamiya says Canseco was on the roids too. Yes, unashamed he was on the roids. Darn tootin' he was on the roids. That dude was totally roiding. It was obvious. Look at his body, man. I think him and Juan Gonzalez were like some of the biggest dudes of the 90s. Maybe add Jason Giambi and McGwire to that conversation. There were some others, but you look at those 4, and those were the biggest guys. Hey, Roll Stars, the snitches get stitches. Wade Cotton says, I hit a triple auto. Soto, Vlad, Tatis Jr. in Topps Fire from Target. Wade, congratulations, brother. That a hit. That a baby. Heath, that's awesome. So McGwire sounds like he's a lot nicer to people. Barry would not be that nice, so that's probably also why McGwire has a better rep. Met McGwire in spring training in Jupiter when he was a coach. Couldn't be nicer. Signed a baseball for me, and he was signing for almost an hour. That's awesome, Heath. No, and that's good to hear. And hey, if you've had a good story and a good interaction with an athlete, I'm not a person to say, he's this way to everybody. And I shouldn't be saying that, So I probably should maybe back off a little bit of the blanket statements. I apologize for making those, but that actually it sounds like it would be a reason why McGwire is a little bit more beloved than Barry, because I don't think Barry would do something like that. I don't think Barry would ever stay for an hour and sign autographs. And if he did, he would expect something for it. He'd be like, yo, where's my cash? I'm just saying. Bill says Brady Anderson, 50 bombs, LOL. Yes, sir, Brady Anderson. Juan Gonzalez wasn't that jacked. Didn't Juan Gonzalez get so jacked that he blew out like his arm? He literally his arm muscles popped because he overroided so much, didn't he? I don't know. Yamiya says, or Big Poppy not being able to speak English when he was asked about his roid use. Yeah, I hate that, Yamiya. Same with Sammy Sosa. He, in every single interview that he ever did up to that point, talking about the home run chase, talking about anything baseball, always spoke English, always did an interview. Really, I think most of his career without a translator, maybe earlier in his career. I didn't see clips from then, but yeah, as soon as you show up in front of Congress, I can't speak English. Come on. And then the Rafael Palmeiro famous denial. I've never used steroids, period. Just before, I think less than a year later, getting suspended for steroid use. Like Rafi. Just say it, bud. You did steroids, and here's why. I have more respect for an Andy Pettitte that came out and said, you know what? I used HGH. I used it because I was trying to get back faster from injury, and here's when I used it. These are all the times. You can match it up. You could literally dig deeper than this and find that I did not use HGH any other time. I don't know if that part's true, but at least Andy Pettitte coming out and admitting that he did it makes me respect him a hell of a lot more than it does Rafael Palmeiro, that's for sure. I've never used steroids, period. Oh, God. Heath says Albert Bell is someone hardly talked about, and he crushed the ball during the 90s. You're not wrong. Do you think he was one of the few clean players doing it? Is that why he wasn't talked about? Or is he just kind of getting lost in the conversation because he was maybe like earlier to mid 90s and we're talking kind of maybe like later 90s and the home run chase and that kind of thing? What's up, Georgie J? Schultzy, loving it, brosif. What's up, man? Yeah, 1J4 says everybody forgets English after investigations in subpoena. Yeah, guys, I'm Native American, so if I get investigated, I can say that I don't speak English and I could just speak the Native American language that I actually don't know fluently. But that's the only thing that I could speak, right? Come on. It's like, that's such a horrible excuse. All right, y'all, 5:21 Pacific, 8:21 East Coast time. We are looking most likely at a restock tomorrow. I'm going to let you all get on out of here. We've been having fun, though. This has been a very, very fast, just kind of a quick old live stream. No restock at cards, but we were able to talk a lot of sports and a lot about what's going on in the hobby. Crazy Will, yes, I believe Andy Pettit misremembered. Oh, Andy Pettit misremembered. Brian McNamee misremembered. Yeah, Roger Clemens, those B12 shots. Yeah, those B12 shots in your ass. Yeah, okay. All right, everybody. All right, 5:22. We're going to let y'all get on out of here. We'll wrap it up with that mention of Roger Clemens' steroid trial, too. Appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah, no cards being restocked today on Target.com, but hopefully we see something popping up tomorrow. Thanks again for checking in. If you have not, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to get that Cello video out today. Whenever it does drop, please, guys, when you see that, go click on it. It really helps everybody. I mean, there's 450 of you in here right now. If 450 of you watched that video in the first half an hour, I would be great. I would be golden. I would be grand. It would really help me out and tell YouTube, hey, you know what? No, these peeps watching these Target live streams would like to watch this other content. And honestly, guys, shoot, if people in the Target live streams don't want to watch my content, I don't even know why I'm doing the Target live streams, because the whole reason that I started doing them was to help people get cards. Also, you know, everyone's like, you're just doing this to get views. It's like, yes, that's like telling a car that it needs gas to run. You're just doing it to get gas to drive the car. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to gain an audience. I'm trying to, you know, gather some peeps. And if people aren't watching anything but the Target drops on the channel, what's the point of doing the Target drops, y'all? It's like, I'll just go sleep in with a wifey, man. Not a big deal for me. But anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, 5:23 now. We will be back bright and early tomorrow. Hopefully we see some select. Hopefully we see some optic. I don't know what, but I know we're going to see something. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Hopefully we see a lot of items tomorrow, and we are all sitting pretty and fat, both from Target and Walmart. All right, everybody. See you bright and early. Schultzy's card pulls out.